before moving from Miami to Greenville, North Carolina, know this.
Okay, so we ourselves moved from Miami to Greenville, North Carolina, so we feel like we should be making this video because we really understand relocation because we've gone through this personally, and we've gone from the warm tropical suns of Miami to Greenville, North Carolina, so let's just talk about all that.
Exactly. Therefore, first we wanted to mention about the weather. As you know, Miami has only two seasons, hot and dry, and
hot and wet.
You're right. The heat can be very intense here around. I remember at least when we were there, up to really November was not cooling down. And toward the November, December, January is a little bit changing the temperature.
But we live in our sweat there.
Exactly. Therefore, often you're feeling 110 because of the humidity in Miami. And there is really no real winter in Miami. While Greenville, we are enjoying actually all four seasons. Greenville has a little bit of hot summers, but not as hot as Miami. And
normal hot.
We cool off here in fall and winter. And for example, let's see, we are at
We're in the 80s today.
beginning of this video. We are almost end of September. And we are still in 80s now, which is great. And you might see it actually in Greenville, North Carolina, once a year, snow for 1 or 2 inches. The past 2 years, we didn't see any snow, just for the sake of the argue here. Is against Miami that is constant heat. No?
Yeah.
Therefore, this is the weather that we wanted to say.
Let's talk about the rain and sunny as well while we're on the weather. So Miami's going to have 248 days of sunshine. Greenville has 213 days of sunshine. This isn't that huge of a difference. It is huge when you're still getting there. Miami absolutely gets way more rain, you guys. You have 59.3 inches a year. Greenville gets 48.7% inches a year. So that is, and we do get maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow.
Exactly.
Now, before we get into geography, more life, population, and why we love Greenville so much, we're going to do an introduction. So let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. Talk to me about geography.
Exactly. Therefore, geography and outdoor life, definitely Miami is by the beach. Now, especially Sunny Isles, North
That's
Miami
where we
Beach, South Beach. But definitely this is a little bit different from Greenville. We are like a 75 miles from the Atlantic beach, which we need like again 70 to 80 minutes of the driving. And
so we're not leaving our little condo and walking across the street.
Exactly.
We have our big house and we have to drive to the beach.
Exactly. But the good thing is also the same distance that we have from the beach, the other side, the opposite direction, you can go to the mountain. Therefore, we have these two possibilities, going to beach and to mountain in the range of like a little bit more than 1 hour driving. No?
Right. And in Miami, what did I do every day? We stayed indoors, or we went to the pool to like get ourselves wet. That was outdoor life. Here we can go out for a walk, you can go hiking, you can go biking, you can do lots of things outside. It's not just hanging out by the pool or staying indoors.
Exactly. Therefore, population-wise, that's the crazy part of the population, because I remember when we were in Miami, we were like a Miami and suburb, and around was like almost 4 million people living there. And
it's probably more now.
And probably more now in 2024 toward 2025. However, if you go to the census data about Greenville, we are looking at something between 95,000 to 5 people living here. Therefore, we are looking at a very smaller area respect to Miami, which we pretty much can drive from one side of Greenville to another side less than 30 minutes.
I mean, I would say 15 minutes. 30 minutes is a lot. I'm leaving Greenville for 30 minutes.
Just going all the way from south to east, south to west, southeast to southwest.
All right.
Much.
The next thing we're going to talk about is affordability, because Miami is more and more expensive all the time. Even for people owning 6 figures, it's very hard to buy a home. I have a friend who just bought a townhome for this reason, because it's there. Now, for her price of buying a townhome as a 6-figure family, they spent for the $350,000 for this townhome. We would have been talking brand new construction, 3,000 square feet here in Greenville. So just to give the differences of what what we have here in Greenville and with the backyard versus a little townhome, it's a huge difference. Miami's average home price was at $400K. Greenville, we're talking about $250K. And even renting is crazy. I have friends in Miami who spend a lot of money on their rent. I mean, thousands of dollars on their rent. Greenville, we are talking 2 bedrooms, like $1,800.
2 bedroom, $1,500.
Yeah. How much is it?
2 bedroom is $1,100 to $1,300, and if you're getting a single family home, you can get even single family home $1,600 to $1,800. This 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Therefore, we are way affordable. Miami actually increased during the COVID.
Yeah.
Beside of the home appreciation that was crazy, I think it was almost 200%.
Yeah, I have friends who pay crazy amounts.
Therefore, Miami even had more increase of the rent, almost 40 in rent. I know that your friend pretty much pays like a $2,500 to almost to $3,000.
No, they're paying $3,000.
$3,000 rent. Therefore, we are looking really crazy rent and also home prices in Miami respect to the Greenville. Greenville is still, we are in a normal appreciation now. We're back to between 4 to 5.5% appreciation is steady in every month respect to the last year. But now let's talk about the culture.
Right, yes. So let's talk about culture. In Greenville, one of the things that we really took stock was people would just wave hello and say hello. But it's more than just the hellos. There is a real sense of community. Miami's very fast-paced, very lots of excitement, lots of culture, lots of passion, lots of food. Greenville, we're way more relaxed. We still have food. We still have, don't worry, you're not losing out on food. I don't have a cafecito. That is something I do miss. But the lifestyle is definitely calmer. You still have lots of social activities, but it's also more of like a sense of community around here, and that is something I appreciate. Talk to me more about food.
Exactly. Therefore, Miami has a lot of restaurants. It has a diverse food scene. We have amazing Cuban, Argentinian, South American, and international cuisine. No? However, here in Greenville, as my wife said, the nature of people are very laid back, and we enjoy here barbecue and classic American dishes. Of course, we have Japanese food, we have sushi, we have Thai food, Mexican food. We have different varieties of the food here too, but main is barbecue and American dishes.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a beer around here, and our North Carolina barbecue is very different from Tex-Mex, so we are way more vinegar based around here. So in Miami, let's be honest, things to do. Miami, the party is never ending. My dad always told me nothing good happens after midnight, and I had to remind myself when I lived in Miami this thought often, because there's always a nightlife. There's always theme parks you can go to. There's always events all around going on. In Greenville, we have outdoor activities, we have festivals, we can go to the beach, we can go to the nature, we can go to the mountains, but we are not getting that hustle and bustle of craziness of everything moving around the city. It's a much more peaceful environment around here. Still things to do, definitely things to do, places to go, but it's not, the party never ends.
What about the sports?
Oh, sports. Okay, Miami, you guys have professional sports teams, but let's be honest, Miami fans, I've been a Miami person, except for the Dolphins, but really a lot of people are fair weather sports people. They like another team, and they like the Miami team. In Greenville, we don't have professional sports at all, so we don't have anything like, oh, I'll pick this. But we do have college sports, and we are a big Pirates fan. Pirates homecoming weekend is actually Pirate Fest. It's a whole community event around here, and it's really, really something to enjoy.
Exactly. And I wanted to focus on the healthcare. Greenville has more doctors per capita. We have 349 doctors per capita, 100, way more than what we have in Miami. Of course, Miami had a lot of hospitals too, but here we are focused on ECU, East Carolina University, focused on education and providing healthcare for whole population. It used to be White and Health, now is all under umbrella of the ECU. And what about, what do you want to add to this?
I'm going to add air quality. In Miami, if I put my clothes out to air, it's going to have the smell of a swamp. It just is. If I put my laundry out, it's going to be a swampy feeling outside, but it will be in my clothes. When I put my laundry outside here, it smells fresh and clean. So it's really just something to notice, and it's something you don't notice until you step away from, because even the smells are different.
Exactly. And I wanted to mention also healthcare bill. We have our first kids, even with the insurance that me and my wife we both had, we still paid $4,000 beside of all the bills that we got from individual doctors in Miami. It was crazy. And then here, the healthcare in Greenville actually is more affordable. Even they have a plan for people that they have low income, which makes it more affordable here. Therefore, from that part, I can definitely vote for Greenville, North Carolina.
Well, let's talk about cost of living as well. So Miami's cost of living is way above the national average for groceries, utilities. The cost of living around here is much less. Milk, how much did you just pay for milk?
$2.42. We pay for the gallon of milk, yes. And I remember when we came here, we were paying $1.66, $1.67. And in Miami, I remember the gallon of milk was like an average $5. Even a couple of years ago. And when we go every couple months, every so often we go to Florida.
We'll be there.
And we visit, and we were gonna visit soon. And we see that crazy inflation, that even more prices on food and groceries back
now,
there.
Just my HVAC alone in Miami, my air conditioning unit, because we never really ran the heat. So my air conditioning alone in Miami was like $200, and that was me being cheap. It's probably more now, but utilities here in Greenville, all in, we're spending about $200. Yes, you can spend more if you keep your air on colder. But we're so used to the Miami heat that we really keep our temperatures kind of
not all of the Greenville, but most of Greenville we have under umbrella of Greenville Utility that could offer gas, electric, trash and sewer, and water. And this is going to be just one bill. That's what we enjoying. Of course, there's some area that they have a different water company or different electric, but generally 60-70% of Greenville enjoy this having one bill and a month.
Okay, let's talk about transportation as well. Transportation, car insurance in Miami is insane, crazy. I was paying $250 a month years ago. I'm sure it would be around more now.
Recently, I was talking to one of the people that I know,
and this was just one car.
It was like a $450.
Two cars, we're spending like $160.
Yes.
For two cars that we actually do drive around. Also, gas. How much was gas this week?
Gas was actually $2.62 this week.
Nice. I don't know what Miami is at the going to filming the video, but I know it was $3 something when I was there.
$3.82
when I was there.
Therefore, definitely gas price, transportation, anything that is related to car, to insurance, mechanic, and also gas. All this thing is we are almost below national average, 75.4%, which makes Greenville really affordable.
Okay, let's talk about Miami, and it's a place where many of my friends just cannot even think or fathom or afford to buy a home. It's just one of those places where they just can't afford it. Greenville, you could be in your own home. We've helped hundreds of people really purchase their first homes. It's one of our favorite things to do. Also, I want to point out we are both prone to hurricanes, but Greenville is a little more inland, so we are way more inland. So we have a little bit more protection because of the land in being more inside. So we're not going to get direct hits, not like when I was there for Andrew. So yes, Miami, you guys have the multi-million-dollar mansions. I've seen it on TV, the vibrant lifestyle, the houses that get invaded for whatever. But Greenville, we're definitely calmer, more affordable, and we're more community oriented. And I love that people are friendly around here, and the city is surrounded by nature and beauty. So I love it here.
Exactly. Don't forget to watch all of our playlists that we put for you, especially guide to move to Greenville. We love to connect with you. Alan Victoria Pino, real estate agent professionals in Greenville, North Carolina at 252-327-3357. Also, don't forget to write us a comment and push that subscribe button to support our channel. We are here for you. See you next time.